Hello, 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 hello. Can you hear me? Oh, I might have some technical issues. Right, I'm just seeing if I am live. Can anyone see me? If you can see me, please can you send me a message? It doesn't look like I'm going. Oh, there we go. I should be going live on Instagram. Please let me know if you can see my... Oh, that looks like I'm live. Can you hear me? Oh, there you go. Oh, we've got some hearts. Okay, I can see my... Right, I just need a bit of a confirmation on all of the platforms that were good to go. Right, I don't want that lead there, do I? Right, you can't see the lead there. Can everybody see me? I've got... Oh, Daisy, you hear me on TikTok. So TikTok, you can hear me. Is anyone watching on... I should be able to see chats on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. So if anyone is on any of those, please... It's a bit of a technical nightmare, this, to be honest. But I'm sure it will be wonderful when it works. So in theory, I should be able to see TikTok information there. I should be able to see... That's a bit annoying, isn't it, seeing that? Okay, so we have Charlotte is... Oh, someone's here on YouTube. FM, brilliant. I don't know who you are, but hello. Have you got a box? Oh, it's Fio. Is that Fee? Oh, that's exciting. I did do a test run yesterday to see if this works. I'm going to make this bigger so that I can see you. That's perfect to know that we're on YouTube. We're on YouTube, we're on TikTok. Is anyone on Instagram or is anyone on the Facebook page? Or if anyone can just have a little quick check. Charlotte's on. Daisy, Sazzy Bear. Wonderful. Thank you very much. Send a load of hearts if you can. Oh, Diane's there. Diane, you're there on Facebook. So that's brilliant. I know that Facebook's working. Instagram's... do we know that Instagram's working? I think Gemma was going to... on Lauren's now. Oh, good. So Gemma's on Instagram. Now I can't see your messages on Instagram. Gem. Oh, there we go. I can see it there. Okay, let me split these screens. Sorry, I know it's a bit of a pain in the bottom at the moment, but I want to be able to see everyone's messages. And this software that I'm using, I think will be amazing when it's working. But for the minute, it doesn't seem to be integrated very well with Instagram or TikTok. Right, so I can see TikTok comments there. I'm going to put in there so that everyone is in this line of direction. I can see Facebook, I can see YouTube, I can see TikTok, and I can see Instagram. We're going. How is everybody? So we've had a bit of an issue with one of the boxes, which was a bit smashed up by Royal Mail, which is a big pain in the bum. Did anyone else have any issues with delivery? I'm really grateful that you are all so lovely. And hi, is that Harper? So this month we are making mosaics. How excited are you all to make mosaics? It has been a bit of a talked about box. I forgot to say, if you've got a pencil, please do grab a pencil. We might need a dry cloth later, but actually we probably will need a dry cloth tomorrow, so it's not really a big deal. And we will need some water, but we'll go through that in a bit. We might need a little bit of who's Sazzy Bear? Oh, I think that's Rosie. Rosie's on Instagram. Hi, Rosie. I love this. How cool is this now? It's much better as well, and everyone can watch from wherever they are. Please do keep your comments coming through, because I like the interaction. It's nice to have the interaction, because otherwise I just feel like I'm sat here on my own. Right, so we are making mosaics. I might just wait for a little bit longer, because there are some other people that I think will be joining. I feel like I need to do a register. Diane's here. Fee's here. Lauren. Fee, are you doing it with Lauren? Charlotte's here. Gemma's here. I don't know if Tracy's here, and Roxy. Oh yeah, Hannah's mom. Hey, how are you doing? So where are you watching on TikTok? Is TikTok okay for you now? Because it should be, it's streaming on all of it. It's Claire. Oh, it's Claire Guest. Hi, Claire. How are you? Claire's my face painty friend. Oh, lovely. Oh, Bev's on. Hey, Bev. Dad's on. Hi, Dad. Love this. I don't know if I can ever see. Oh, it looks like five people are watching there. 3 are there. I don't know how many over there. Hi, Bevers. So Bev's watching from Instagram. Bev, you're not going to be able to use your thumbs to like 1,000,000 times. Yeah, just a little reminder. If you need, has everybody got a pencil? I was going to put one in the box and I forgot. But, you know, hopefully everybody's got a pencil. Do you like the little setup? Is there anything about the setup that you like or dislike? I thought it would be good to have that you'll be able to see what I'm doing down here. And you can see my beautiful face up here. So if at any point there's any technical issues, then just let me know. On TikTok, it looks a bit rubbish because all that wording at the bottom is kind of, you can't really read it with the TikTok stuff. Looks like you have very long. I know. Do you know what? I actually moved the iPad because it was like lining up exactly, and my arms looked really long. Oh dear, it looked ridiculous. Bev's on you're on your laptop. Don't know how to do tappy tap. That's fine. It's fine. Oh, here we go. Harper's liking. Thanks, Harper. Right. So, do you think we should start? I reckon maybe in a few more minutes. Just a couple more minutes. Maybe just if anyone needs to go and make a cup of tea, get yourself a glass of wine. It's a craft night. Whatever you need to do. I'm tempted to get a glass of wine myself, but it's probably not very professional, is it? But yeah, look, my hands look massive. Frozen on YouTube. Oh no. Those on YouTube can hear and see on Fee's phone. Oh my goodness. I don't know if you heard that, but I think that might have been a motorbike. So has anyone else joined? Is Tracy there? Who else? Have a little look. It's okay now. Good. Good, good, good. So for anyone that doesn't know what's going on, this is Curious Octopus. It's really weird that I haven't got my sign up because I've got it in the corner. It's all very professional, isn't it? Yes, I have. I'm just trying to log into my back office so that I can see who else we're missing. Ah, there's Bev. She's on TikTok. Oh, no, I don't want that. So I think, do we have Tracy? Oh, here we go. Right, Jessie. Is Jessie there? Fee, Martina, Peach, Jessica. We've got Gemma, Emma and Sophie. I feel like I need a yeah, I need a register, don't I? I can close that. Oh, Bev's got a gluten-free cookie straight from the oven. You know how to live, Bev. Oh, Tracy Ridgway. Hi, Tracy. How you doing? Could have given you a box when I saw you today. Well, I didn't see you today, did I? I saw Steve. You're about 30 seconds behind on Instagram. Ah, you have to turn the sound off on one of them. Right, that's 10 minutes. For the latecomers, I reckon we are good to go. Shall we start? Is everybody ready? Do you have everything you need? Do you have a cup of tea? Do you have a glass of wine? I've got some water and I'm terrified of pouring it over everything, but you know. Charlotte's going to play catch up, but she won't be long. Yeah, I mean, you should be fine. Right, so if you're new to Curious Octopus, I send out a craft subscription box every month. And I send you everything you need in a box so that we can make something together. And then I go online. You don't get instructions in this box. You come online and then we make it together. It's like a real craft night, but you do it from the comfort of your own home. So this month we're making mosaics and we'll go, oh, left them in the other blinking room. Shall I go and get them? You know what they look like, don't you? I've got hair in my eye. Right, I'll just show you what we're, well, I'm not going to show you what we're making. I'm going to show you the box. So this is the Curious Octopus box that you can't see. This is what everybody received. Most people received it last week. Someone received it today, battered and bruised by the wonderful Royal Mail. So in our box, we have, I'm actually going to start from the bottom. We have a base tile. So if you're, oh gosh, I'm doing a very good job, Anna. I'm just going to get it all out and get rid of the box. Right, and then we'll have more room. Did I drop the sponge? Right. Just double check that you have everything you need. So we have a base tile. It's just a clear white tile. I have actually drawn a little heart on the other side of mine because it was supposed to be a practice one. And then I needed to send out an extra box. So I'm using the practice one. You have a Tupperware box full of broken tiles. There are many, many different sizes and shapes and only a few colours. So I've done that on purpose so that we're going to have a bit of a specific design. We have some glue. Just double checking that nobody's said anything that we need to know about. We have a sponge. We have, this is all for our grouting. So we have a mixing bowl. We have some powdered grout. And just to let you know, I did send the information because I have decanted this myself. So I need to let you know that I have sent you the information sheet, you know, the like product specification sheet on your emails. So everybody will have got the product specification for this grout, the warnings and all of that kind of stuff. We have a wooden spoon for stirring and a wooden spatula for scraping. We've got some gloves for our grout session. So this, all of this, you can put to the side because we're not going to need that for now. Okay, right. What we're going to do is make a mosaic door plaque or a hot plate stand. This glue is slightly flexible, so, and it's weatherproof, so it should be fine to go outside. Tiles are obviously designed to get wet. They've been properly glazed, so they're glazed with glass, which means that the colour won't change in the sun, and they should be pretty weatherproof. The grout that I've got is indoor and outdoor grout, so it will be absolutely fine to put it outside. It's completely up to you what you want to design on here. I am going to quickly go and get my the mosaic, so just bear with me one sec because I want to give you an example of what you can do. But they're in the other room. I'm coming back, I'm coming back. People are going to be joining and thinking, what is going on? Where is everybody? So, these are the test runs I did. Hey, Jimmy. So, as you can see, well, I think basically we're going to make something like this. As it's Valentine's Day on Friday, we'll make something like this. The tile colours are slightly different, but you do have red in your kits. So you can do something like this. I think this is kind of the design that we're going to go for. But you can decide whether you want to do hearts or, oh gosh, nearly lost that. This is an example of what you can do as a number to go outside. It is backwards, isn't it? I mean, it won't really matter that much because you're going to be doing your own one. So numbers, but I decided not to do that because the grout is white and those middle tiles are white and it doesn't quite stand out as much as I'd like it to. I did go a bit nuts and try a sunshine in the sea, which was really, it was good fun. It was a really nice thing to do. You needed a lot more colours and I worried a little bit about making sure that you guys have got enough colours. But this is, you know, we're learning a skill. So if you love this, the idea is that I'm kind of opening the door for you to then take these skills and do more of it. a lot of the people that did macrame have then gone on to do more macrame. So once you've got those skills, it kind of just allows you to kind of carry on and do some more. Here was my first attempt as well. I bought some little tiles and then decided to buy the tiles and smash them up myself. It was a back-breaking day. So anyway, I'm going to make one for my mum. If you have a little think about, that's so cool, how do I get on? Wow, maybe you'll get on, Jimmy. So I'll leave these here. I'm going to make one for my mum. I'm going to make a number 4 for my mum. I might do, so let's have a little look. If you open your mosaic tiles, what you'll see is you've got, the red ones are the colour that will stand out the most. So I would have a little think about what you want to do and recognise that the red ones are going to stand out more than the other colours. All the other, it's a bit like this. So we've got, you haven't got the dark blue, but you've got these light grey, you've got this grey. Yeah, so there's a light grey, a dark, like a light blue, a dark blue. I can't even think. There's, I'm going to try and get a big colour. There's like a greeny grey and a bluey grey. Can you see the difference between those two? And you've got that grey. And then you've got the red. So obviously the red is going to stand out a lot more. What I would suggest is whatever you want to stand out, the house number or the hearts, whatever you want to stand out, we'll do it in red, okay? This is the bit that is going to be, this is the most creative bit, is drawing what you want on your design. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put our base tile down with the shiny side down. We're not sticking to the shiny side. So if you see the back of these, well, there's grout all over it, but that is the shiny side there, okay? So we're sticking to the rough side. So we're sticking the rough sides of the mosaics to the rough sides of the tile. And this is the bit that's like really enjoyable and a bit kind of meditative. How many T's are in that word? A lot of this is just going to be sifting through. You might want to turn the sound down a bit actually, because me sifting through these might be a bit annoying, but you might be able to like pour them out so you can find the shapes. It's a real trial and error craft where you're trying little bits of jigsaw in. It's almost like it knows where it wants to be, but you've got to find the bits that fit. So I've tried to make sure that you've got some bigger bits and some smaller bits. Where should I put these? They're going to be annoying and in the way. Maybe I'll put, should I put that one there and you can see it a little bit. Right. So have you decided what it is you would like to do? I'm going to do a number 4. So I might do a number 4. Might do a shape like this. Oh, no, there's the camera. But, you know, it's a creative process. So you've got to do what you feel like at the time. I've obviously done 4 different mosaics here. So it's completely up to you. If you've got a house name rather than a number, maybe you could do 3 hearts. So what I've done here is a bigger heart up there, slightly smaller there, slightly smaller there. It doesn't have to be exact. I'm trying to do it so you can see the, can you see it? So that it doesn't have to be exact. And the idea is on the mosaics, so if you're going to do heart shapes, I'm just going to give you a bit of a tip now. You draw the lines around the outside, and what you're looking for is tiles, not that just fit in the inside. It's tiles where the edges are relevant to the shape. So with these hearts, you're kind of looking for pieces that are going to be rounded in the right places, the right angles of curve to kind of sit around that edge. And then all of the rest of it can slot into place. Okay? Is everybody okay? Is everybody still there? You've all gone very quiet. So, shall I give you 5 minutes to draw your shape? Also, I think you've probably got one whole red tile in here, and then all the rest is just a mixture of the other colors. So if you're doing a number, I'd make sure it's at least, maybe say at least an inch thick with the shape of the numbers, because otherwise you might struggle to fit pieces in. So I do probably an inch and a half wide. Here I'm mapping out my house number, enjoying sorting tiles. Lovely. Yeah, and if you're the kind of person that wants all your tiles sorted, you can start just sorting them out. Excuse me. You can sort them out into colours if you want. I'm probably just gonna, just spread them out a bit and pick up the ones that speak to me. Right, so I'm going to do a number 4. Let me do this kind of closer to you so you could see, although it'll be upside down. There is a heart in the way, which is a bit annoying. But it's completely up to you how you want to do this. If you want to do it so that you've got all the grey tiles around the outside, and then the bluey ones in the inside, and then the green, it's really up to you. And you can move them around. We're not sticking them down quite yet, okay? So we'll do it in stages. So I'm going to draw a little 4. I'm going to try and make sure the center is in the right place. It is 4, Mum's number, isn't it? Charlotte, are you there? It's not 5. It might be a bit of a pain with the angles of this 4. It doesn't have to, it really, really doesn't have to be perfect. Don't worry about this being creative, Charlotte. You could just do hearts anyway, because you've got a name, house name. You might square that bit off. Right, so I've drawn a number 4. Let me see. I'm going to get rid of that bit. I don't want that bit there. All right. So we can open our glue. So this glue, I've found that every time I've done one of these, this glue has pretty much just done a whole tile. Okay, so I don't want you to run out before you've finished. You need a little bit. The 4 is backwards. Yeah, well, it is for you because it's the backwards camera. But Mum's is number 4, isn't it? Right. Is everybody okay? Give me a thumbs up if you can give me a thumbs up or a like or a hello or a you stink. So we can open our glue. I'm just going to close it for now. And so I'm going to start with the red tiles. I don't know if you guys have finished drawing your shape. If you have, what I would start to do, so look at this. This one's quite a nice one because it's already got a corner. So I'm going to use the corner to my advantage. Use all of these shapes to your advantage. There's another nice corner there. I'm going to use that in the corner of the 4. I'm going to lay them all down at first. I'll move that a bit closer. And I'm going to try and make sure as many straight lines are in the right place as possible. Trying to get the corners in the right place, and you just have a little play around. Get the tiles as close as you can to each other, but try and leave a bit of a tiny little gap. So imagine you squishing the grout down in between these tiles. You need enough space, maybe 2 mil between each tile. Oh, hi, Emma. It's okay. Have you got your kit? Is everything all good? So yeah, each tile, these are super secure when you can effectively get grout in between each tile and have enough space to really pack it down. And the grout is like, I'm sure you've seen and, you know, used grout before, but if you haven't, it's like a paste. So it's not too runny. You need to pack it in, but once it's packed in, and then we'll clean off the top, and they'll be nice and secure, but you need to allow enough space to be able to get in to each one. So have a little play around with your tiles. Use these shapes to your advantage. There'll be a lot, you know, I very often find that I've put 4 or 5 in a place and I'm like, I cannot find something for that space. So you kind of have to take a few off, put a few back on. But just have a little play around, see if you can fill in the gaps and try and make sure that all of the lines are covered. That might be a nice corner there. Maybe not. See, sometimes you think, oh yeah, that's a great one for that. And it's not, it doesn't work. I'm going to pour some of my tiles out, make a mess. Hi, Terry. How much have you seen, Emma? Do you need me to go through what we're doing? I'm going to empty them all out. See, there's some really tiny ones at the bottom. Oh, thanks, Tezzer. Do I look well profesh? Wouldn't go that far. Also, be aware that when you, so this tile, it's split almost at a diagonal. All you're going to see of each of these tiles is the face. You're not going to see any of the sides. So when you, this tile is going to take up a little bit more space because of that bit sticking out there, but which is fine, but you're just going to see a bit more grout there rather than the tile. So Emma, you can do whatever you want. I would, if you've got a house number and you want to do a house number for yourself or, you know, somebody else, You can do a house number. I'm doing my mum's. I'm doing a number 4 for my mum. You can just do some hearts if you want. Just draw some shapes. Don't make them too small because it'll be really hard to find the tiles to fit. Make them a reasonable size. I would probably make it so that the colourful bit, the red bit, is less than a quarter of the covering of the mosaics. There will be a bit of jiggery pokery there with that as well, because I've had to, you know, I've sent stones through the post effectively. So there is only a limited amount. This is why with the red, we're doing the red first, so that we make sure that we've got enough red to fill the shapes that we want. But the red is the one that's going to stand out the most. The other ones are quite muted, kind of grey tones. So if you can draw out the shape, if you're doing a number, make sure that the width of the number is at least an inch wide, maybe an inch and a half. And then we are just filling in the mosaic gaps. Ah, thanks, Scooby Loo. You are very welcome. Next month we're making, we do a different craft every month. So next month we are making a lampshade, and I made the tester one last night. If you have a look on my TikTok or Instagram or Facebook, you'll see that I made it last night, the tester, so you'll be able to see what we're making for next month. So please do come back and join us next month. So what we're doing now is, Emma, we're just trying to fill the gaps. Have you drawn your shape? Are you happy with what you're drawing? See you, Teza. Oh, that's a nice one. Love it. Sometimes it just fits and it's lovely. So we're just roughly sticking them in, you know, shoving them in to see if we can try. And so when you are lining them up, I don't know if you can see on this this one down here, what you want to do is try and use the shape of the mosaics to line the to line up with the lines that you've drawn. So if you've done curved shapes, try and find pieces that are a little bit curved. If you can't, just try and use the smaller ones to kind of go around in the curve. So I'm just trying to fill up the shape as much as I can. It does get a bit frustrating. Oh, is that a good one? Yeah, that's quite a good one. But the priority is trying to get the lines to match up, if you know what I mean. Do you know what I mean? And then to leave a little bit of a gap so that you've got space for grout. Done it again where I've got people doing mosaics and then they can't talk to me because they've got their hands full. But I hope you've all had a nice day today. I've had a very creative day today. I went into my son's school today and we had to make aeroplanes, which was quite nice, quite sweet. So it's quite relaxing. You do kind of like it. I've been going live quite a lot recently. I did it last night and I kept completely forgetting that I was on live. Silly. I keep thinking, oh no, I'm not going to have enough left. And then you turn a few over and you're like, oh, there's loads. There's loads there. It's fine. Oh, that might go in there. Oh, that's a nice fit. It's great when it fits nicely. But don't get too, picky about where they're going to go, because we are going to be kind of get a few of them ready. I would get all of your reds ready. And then we're going to start sticking them down. The priority is getting them so that they match up with the lines, but the bits in the middle doesn't matter so much. As long as you've got something in there for colour, you'll be fine. How's everyone doing? Is Sophie online, Emma? So I'm going to take that one out and replace it with that one because I think it will go better. And then find a different one for there. And maybe that one can go there. Oh, yes. And that one. Just flip them all over. And then the little ones start to come in handy when you're really filling in the little spaces. I need another big red one. Oh, there we go. Okay, so I think my 4 is nearly done. How are you guys getting on? Are you nearly done with your shapes? She's gonna have a fun, please. Oh, that's good. Ooh, she got a date. Right, has everybody got that far? I will wait around if anybody hasn't. Anyone needs a bit of extra time? Yeah. Gemma's not quite. That's absolutely fine. I can find some extra little bits. Sometimes you find, I don't know if you can see with this, Bev's got her little hearts done. Sometimes you think you're all good and then you see a little gap and then you can find just a tiny little splinter. As long as it can stand up, you're good to use it. That might fit in there. Oh, love it. So when we have done that, what we're going to do is then use our glue to start sticking the pieces down. You do sometimes find at this point it's quite tricky to put them exactly back where you found them. So try and be a bit kind of, what's the word, systematic. So go through systematically. So what we want to do is get a little, I always remind me of my paddygramps. What you want to do is, maybe that's what this should have been called. What you want to do is, for our paddygramps. Right, so we're going to take each piece. You see this? So this is the bottom rough end. We're just going to put a little bit of glue on each piece, just a little blob like that. Can you see how much I put on there? But we do want to make sure that we've got enough glue for all of it. It needs to be secure, but so there needs to be enough on there to secure it, but we need to make sure that we've got enough glue. So it's quite gloopy. It doesn't have to be filling the whole surface because a lot of the grout will come in and secure it. Oh, that's good. I've used up all of my data. Why is my phone not connecting to the Wi-Fi? That's ridiculous. Wi-Fi not connected. Very strange. Hang on. And so we that down again, making sure that you kind of want to push it straight down and then leave it, which is exactly what I've not just done. So I will show you again in a second. Let me just sign into my. I don't know why my phone isn't on the Wi-Fi. I've got a black square on my hands. What do you mean? Okay, there we go. Back on. Don't know what happened there. So I did move that around a little bit. So what you want to do, get a little blob of glue. Push it straight down. I'm going to move it a little bit closer to me. So we're trying to make sure, push it down securely. If you do need to move one, I'd lift it up, put a tiny bit more glue on, and then push it down securely in the place that it needs to be. And like I said, line it up with the glaze on top, not the shape of the tile underneath, because sometimes that does vary. Okay. The screen was blank, that's strange. So is everyone happy to be gluing? Little blob of glue. Kind of position it first and then push down. You'll have a bit of glue coming out the sides. That's absolutely fine. That doesn't matter at all. Hello everybody joining. If you haven't got a box, you are very welcome to join our live craft night, and you can just watch what we're doing. Today we're making mosaics. You do find that as you're doing this, they move. And you're like, oh, I can't remember where they went. So it's mainly this bit that's tricky to make sure that you've got them all in the right place. The next part doesn't matter so much. Everybody okay? Now, what was there? See, they've moved. Maybe I need to swap it for another one. Everybody doing okay? You're lining it up with the lines. So Bev's doing hearts. Gemma, are you doing hearts or are you doing a number? And what did you decide? Diane, what did you decide? Everybody. Fee. Who did you say you were with, Fee? What have you guys decided to do? Number, and it's an 8, so a lot of, oh yeah, that is a bit tricky, number 8. Should have moved to a different house, Gem. Trouble is also, once you've made this, you can't move ever again. You have to take it with you. So yeah, just be a bit mindful. Don't overuse the glue. You don't want to run out. That would be disastrous and annoying. So just a little smear on each one. And we're good to go. That one's stuck. That one's not stuck. It's a bit easier than to do this on a table, isn't it, Gem, rather than tying it to a chair that doesn't work. So for anyone watching that isn't doing the live craft night tonight, just a little recap that this is a company called CuriousOctopus.art, and I send out a different craft box every month with a different craft in it so that you can try something new every month. I send you everything you need, and then once a month we all go online and we have a nice chilled evening of doing a craft, doing something for ourselves. Because I know a lot of us are really bad at making time for ourselves. They will look like hearts, Em. As long as you stick to the lines, try and get the lines of the glaze, the coloured bit, to be as close to the line as possible. Try and stick to that. The middle bits doesn't really matter. You can kind of put whatever you want in there. But the lines for the outsides of the heart, I find you can very often find like an angled one that just fits in the bit at the bottom and fits around. If you really get into mosaics, you can get tile cutters. They look a bit like this. I was going to get like a link on Amazon actually, but so this is tile cutters. I'm not going to use them today, but I can show you what they do. So is there a big bit somewhere? That's quite a big bit. Do maybe that bit. So you get a tile and you can just put it on wherever you want. You do have to hold your hand over it because it does kind of, and then it cuts it for you. These, I smashed them up with a hammer in my garden. Oh, you're doing hearts as well? You start gluing them down, they don't quite fit as they did the first time round. Oh gosh, there's a glue sticking out. So you have to kind of rejig it again, which is fine. It's part of it. Sandra's doing hearts. Nice. I mean, it is Valentine's Day. Has anyone got any plans for Valentine's Day? It's kind of like all the newbie relationships do stuff for it. All the ones that have been going a bit longer are like, nah, we don't do that kind of stuff anymore. Are there many old romantics in the house that do something nice for Valentine's Day? I'm going to take that one off. I don't like the positioning. Doing it again. Go, go, go. I really want that angle right. And then I'll put one in there. Oh, James Blunt. What was that, Charlotte? I can't really see the comments. You said something about James Blunt. I know that you love James Blunt. Apparently Lewis Capaldi started following me today and then sent me a message. He's only got 10 followers, but it's definitely the real one. Absolutely. 100%. No, that's not right there. I don't like that there. We're going to see, oh, you're going to see James Blunt? You've seen him before, haven't you? Blinking love him. Been a bit quiet tonight, aren't I? Not getting any hecklers today. Not that I really get any hecklers. People are generally really lovely on here, aren't they? Probably shouldn't have said that. They'll start now, won't they? We're going to get trolled. Right, let me know if you are finished. I'm just filling in some little gaps. Will that fit in there? Not really. Find some little red pieces. It's a bit tricky, doesn't it, sometimes with the little tiny ones. Ain't working right. Right, that one's going in there. That can squidge in there. This one is going to go in there. Are you all nearly finished? That one's not stopped down. So we want enough on there to secure it, but not too much that it stays wet for a long time, because we do tonight. So it's getting the balance. Right, I need one more little red piece that fits. It fits. Some bigger ones. It's all right, Jem. We've got time. Because we do need to leave this for a little while for the glue to set. Once we start mixing up the grout, I did debate whether to do the grout on a different day, but I think we'll be all right. A little tiny thin one. Is anyone watching that hasn't got a craft box that wants to just get involved and find out what we're doing? Oh, there it is. Maybe not, that's tiny. Tiny, tiny. Oh, that one will go in there. Oh, isn't it lovely when a little piece just slots in perfectly? When you have finished with these, please do take pictures, send them to me privately if you want. If you want to post them and tag me in that, I would love that. That is like the best thing in the world ever, because then your friends see it and they might want to get involved, and it's great for business. But I really hope that you all are enjoying it. It's a bit of a like zone out and just get on with it, isn't it? I'm putting these tiny pieces on. I don't know if they're going to survive the grouting, because you do have to really kind of smush it in quite hard. But we'll see. Maybe they'll survive it, maybe they won't. just finished with your number or your hearts. Ah, Tracy's on a train back from. Yes, it should be up instantly, actually. I don't know if Tracy's actually watching this now. But when I did my test yesterday, software live to automatically on YouTube. So hopefully I don't even have to uploading it the next day. It should be on there straight away. You might even be able to just watch it from the start as it's going, maybe. I don't know. Not great if you could. If you find bits of garden in your tiles, smashing them up on a very cold day. On my patio, I was very achy. Felt like I'd done a week's work on a building site, to be honest. After that, lugging all the tiles around and then smashing them up, putting them in boxes. I mean, it was quite good fun. Oh, Bev's got 3 hearts done. Love it, Bev. Well done. Right, so if you're not sure, see if you've definitely stuck them all down. I do kind of want one tiny little red triangle. I might come across one as I'm searching for other colours. Right, after you've done that, it is just a case of carrying on. Ooh. Might still be a bit big. No. So, hi Pam. Right, so you should be left with something that looks a little bit like that, okay? We're now going to continue with all the other colours just randomly. I'm going to do it randomly. If you want to do some kind of, you know, the darker grey on the outside, fading into the lighter grey, but you've got a slightly blue grey and a green grey, and then you've got the slaty grey. So it's completely up to you. But again, we're going to try and do the straight lines along where the straight lines are. And also, this is quite important, don't put tiny pieces around the outside. So in theory, it's easier to start from the inside and work out, but you don't want to get stuck. You want the majority of your straight pieces down the outside of your straight piece here. You want to line them up. Don't go over the edge and try not to go under too much. But I would try and keep big pieces around the outside, because if you ever do get any kind of water damage, if it's outside and there's water that gets in and it freezes, the little ones are going to be the ones that get wobbly first. So what we want to do is secure them all in with a load of grout and the bigger tiles on the outside. Okay, so just randomly, I'm going to take all the red ones out now. I feel like that was quite a good amount of reds. Did you all find that you had enough reds? So I'm going to start, although sometimes you do just get a little perfect one. Like if you get a little perfect one that sits, then you can obviously just start placing them around. And what I normally do is place 10 or so and then stick them down. Place another 10, stick them down. So just continue and get yourself in a bit of a flow. You could even do, you know, the darker grey just surrounding the shapes if you want to. But I quite like the kind of miscellaneous pattern. That's kind of what I've done here. The only difference so it is these colours that you've got. The only difference is you haven't got these like creamy colour ones, because I felt like the white grout just made it look like there were bigger spaces. So what you're going to have is this kind of style, but without those whitey coloured tiles. So are we all good to carry on? Is everybody doing okay? Who's that? Zara. What board are you using to get the mosaic down? So we've used a tile for the board because we want it to be as weatherproof as possible. So I've used just a normal ceramic tile. These are just like cheap bathroom, plain white tiles. I think they were about 80p each. I went round to all of the hardware stores. Mosaic tiles, if you want to get into mosaics, buying mosaic tiles is really expensive. I bought, let me just show you, where is that box? Well, one of them is underneath the iPad, so I'm not going to move that one. I bought this 2-kilogram box of mosaic tiles. Can you see them? They're nice. They've got lots of different colours in them, and that's how I made this one. And it was nice. It's nice to, they're nice to play with. They're nice and smooth. There's a variety of colours, but you can smash them up yourself. B&Q have loads of clearance tiles because a couple of them are broken, and if you're smashing them up anyway, then get the tiles, because you're going to get a lot more for your money if you go and just buy a pack of tiles. The trouble is, if you're just making them yourself, well, you can buy single tiles. So in these packs, you can just get, you know, whatever colours you need. Some of the brighter colours are quite hard to find. I went to Wix and B&Q, and they were quite limited on colours, but they had a lot of the nice muted colours. And then one of the specialised tile places. So, you know, I was going to go for all the mosaic, you know, craft mosaic tiles. I was worried about them being sharp, but I did a lot of smashing up and a lot of playing around with my hands. And as you can tell now, you don't cut yourself with them. It's absolutely fine. So I would recommend, I mean, it's nice to get those mosaic tiles, but you really don't have to. You can just use broken tiles. So, and what else did you use? What did you ask? I can't really read it. Bright tile is lovely. Oh, thank you. Will tutorial videos be up on your page, please? So I'm using a software at the moment that I can stream to Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. I will always put my lives up on YouTube after, but what I was doing was downloading the file and then putting it on YouTube. But now I'm streaming to YouTube as well. It automatically goes onto my YouTube channel. So if you go to my YouTube channel, which is curiousoctopus.art, if you click on the live tab, as soon as we've finished, I think it will be there. It was last night. I did a tester last night and the live was there. So hopefully it will be online. So if you want to make these mosaics yourself, all you need is a base tile, some smashed up tiles. I've got this fantastic elastic glue, but you can use, to be honest, a lot of people use Mod Podge or just PVA glue to secure the tiles, and then get some nice grout And if you can get like a good bathroom tile grout, it will hold everything in place and it will make sure that it is waterproof. And B&Q do a really good range actually of lots of different colour mosaic grouts, and the grout can really make a huge difference to the look of the mosaic. You can get lovely like sage green grouts, black grouts, lots of different colours, but I just went for white because I thought it'd be nice and bright. So I've just been chatting away. Is everybody okay? You follow on YouTube? Oh, thanks, Zara. That'd be lovely. Yeah, follow me wherever you can. I very much appreciate the follows everywhere. I'm on, like I said, I'm on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. So yeah. And next month we are making lampshades. So if you'd like to make a lampshade, I did a tester last night. You can have a look on the live actually. I did the tester last night to see how it will look and if I'm happy with it. And I really was. It looked really nice actually. So yes, next month we're making lampshades, which is a really satisfying one. Right, I'm going to go around the outside because that's what I just said to do and I was just not doing it. If you will notice though, the edges are slightly tapered. That actually works to our advantage. So when you stick your tiles down, so you can see, stick them so that you are pushing down on the inside part of the tile. So it's flat to this bit and not flat to the edge, because if you push it down like that, you're going to have a gap under here. You don't want a gap under here. You want the gap to be there because then we can fill that with grout. So we're going to, if you can see on the edges of these, you can still see the tiles. I haven't cleaned that one off very well. I was doing these all very quickly. But we can fill we can fill the edges with a bit more grout, which will really secure them in place because the grout is going to be stronger than the glue. Right, how is everybody doing? Thanks for the likes on the live, Zara. And yeah, I really hope that you come and join us next month. So I'm going to do some corner pieces again. Try and get some bigger pieces on the corner. Put that on there. Some of them are tapered at the edges as well, which again gives it a really nice texture because when the light hits it, it shines off at different angles. I want to find a couple of good, I'm going to start with a couple of good corner pieces, I think. Find the biggest pieces with a corner edge, which I'm finding seems to be the grey, the darker grey tile, slaty one. Don't know if you're finding that too. Is everybody doing okay? Oh, repeat the edge tip, of course. So you'll find that this tile is tapered a little bit. If you run your finger along it like that, it goes down a tiny bit at the edge. So these tiles, when we stick them down, I'm going to stick it so that it's flat against this inner bit and not against the edge. What you want it to do is line up with that edge, but it doesn't matter if you hold it down in the middle, it doesn't matter if there's a little gap there and there, because we're going to, my finger's in the way, there and there, because we can fill it with grout and that will actually make it stronger. Okay. Oh, Harper's got the gifter badge. Thanks, Harper. Is that you that's done 5,000 likes? Are you the, well, you haven't got any competition today, Harper. Does anyone want to have a little heart off competition with Harper, because she loves it? She is currently the #1 gifter on TikTok. So if anyone wants to challenge Harper to a like off, because Bev's busy making mosaics. Bev was her arch nemesis the last month. Is that clear, Jem? So I try to make sure that I've got as few pieces next to each other that are the same colour. Try and alternate them so that you can make it kind of look random, but it's obviously not random. Hands full of tiles, so can't engage in our usual tap battle, Harper. Did you? Oh yeah, so you can't see that, Harper. So Bev has said, sorry, I have my hands full of tiles, so I can't engage in our usual tap battle. Harper, you're just the winner. 5.2 thousand likes. She's a superstar. Right, so I've done a few. You find that you start like getting favorite tiles and you're like, oh yeah, I'll use that one later. Also, you might find that some of them have kind of got hairline cracks on the grout. Sometimes it means they've had one bash with the hammer and they will actually break apart. So sometimes if you need them slightly smaller, you might be able to do that. Right, I'm going to start sticking some of these down. Charlotte's liking the live. Harper, Charlotte might be overtaking you. How many did you get in a row, Harper? How many does Charlotte have to do? So with some of these bigger tiles, you might need a couple of blobs of the glue. You don't really want any air bubbles, so do a little smear of the glue. And like I said, push it down so that it's flat against the inside part of the tile. It doesn't matter if it goes over a little bit. You're probably better off it being slightly under than slightly over. Craft lampshade making. Oh. Charlotte, do you want to challenge me? I'm not sure. She's a stiff competition. Oh, she's got 99. Charlotte, you have to get more than 99 likes. Can you do it? Is everybody happy with what they're doing? We've completed the glue process. Whoa! What do you mean? You've done all of it? You've done the whole thing, Fee? Those Irish hands are crafting. Emma's all good. Good, good, good. Is everybody enjoying it? You're enjoying having some time for yourself? You're enjoying, you know, I think the best thing about it is it makes you focus your brain on something other than normal life. You can't be ticking over like we always are. Even in my sleep, I'm thinking of the things that I need to be getting on with. And even though it's all about crafting at the moment, it's all this business and what I need to do next and where I need to send things and da 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 da. But when I'm actually doing the crafting, that's all you're thinking about, and it's just so good for you. It's good for your mental health, and it's just so good for you. I love it. You're not doing. Oh, Harper, you're not doing it. Maybe you can join in another box at some point, Harper. Greeny colour. Big old size. First gift. I'm really struggling to see the TikTok comments. Fiona, have you actually finished the whole thing? Have you stuck all of it down? I'm always sad when I haven't got it, but I'm here all the time. You are always here, Harper. Thank you for supporting this. I love that you've found us on TikTok. Maybe I should do little in-between craft sessions where you can just use your own stuff. I don't send you a box and I can just... I mean, there's me just giving myself more work to do. But I do love this. It's fun. But at least you're going to be part of the atmosphere, Harper. I'm following both TikToks. Oh, cool. Thanks, Harper. I hope everybody is okay getting on with it. Oh, I need to find a good piece for that middle bit. It's finding the exact... You start thinking of like triangles and triangles that just aren't quite the right shape. You'll be dreaming in mosaic shapes at some point tonight, I think. Not quite, not quite. I feel like I want to have some music on in the background, but I don't think I'm allowed to. If I put it up on YouTube, I don't think they like it because of copyright. Does anyone know anything about that? It would be nice, although it'd probably be me then singing along, which would just be really annoying. And also I would have the control over the music, so it might just be even more annoying. Right, I feel like I've found a couple of bits that would have worked and now I've discarded them. All of my triangles are like right-handed and they need to be left-handed or the other way around. I think I want lighter colours actually in the middle of mine. Right, I'm putting the lid on, getting serious. Oh, bye Harper. See you next time. Thanks for joining. No. Oh, I reckon that piece might have worked. That's annoying. Stuck it down now. Bloody stuck it down, haven't I? Right, I'm going to have to do it in 2 pieces, I think. Is everyone okay? Bye. Right, maybe I'll do that little piece. And then, oh, that one might fit. Oh, does it? Yeah. Don't like it. Don't like it. Can you feel that they're starting to set though, the other pieces? That'll do. That'll do, pig. That'll do. Also, if you do want to do some more mosaics, let me know. I've got absolutely loads of tiles left over. Oh. Sometimes this is a really satisfying craft and sometimes it's really annoying. Oh, that one might go, that one might go. Yes, I'm gonna wedge it. I'm gonna do it. Get the bottom bits in, smush it. Come on, you can do it. It's a bit of a grind there, but it's in. It's bloody in. Something just buzzed. How's everyone doing? Has anyone finished? Fee and is it Fee and Diane? Who are you with, Fee? Oh, Lauren. No, Diane's there, and Fee and Lauren. How are you doing? Have you actually finished? Like the whole thing? Oh, Diane's not finished. That's fine. Nor am I. I'm far from finished. But that's okay. We're having a good time. Gluing and sticking. When you've had a fag. I thought you ignored me earlier, but you were out having a fag. Emma's getting there. Good. Is everybody enjoying themselves? Do you feel like you've calmed? I just feel like I need a massage. Ugh. It's been a crazy week. I don't know about you. Anyone that's got kids at school as well, it's like the week before half term. Obviously, this live has been a lot of organising for me. So there's just been, it just feels like there's so much on this week. And I feel quite exhausted all the time, if I'm completely honest. But yeah, very much looking forward to half term. Yeah, I feel like I want some music on. It's nice to have some music on, isn't it? Then it might sound a bit crap going through my speakers. Well, you guys can have music on. Have you got music on? Who's listening to what? But you're like, shut up, stop asking us questions. We're trying to get our bloody mosaics done. Oh my goodness. My goodness me. How are you all doing for glue? Does it seem all right? Are you making it last? Oh, hi, Deb. We're still at the sticking stages, Deb. Oh, thanks, Deb. I think we're having fun. Really move this up a bit, shouldn't I, so you can see what I'm doing a bit more. Gosh, I've got the yawns now. Ooh. Oh, that's my glue lid. We will send you uncopyrighted music if you want. Yeah, you could do. I kind of want to just listen to some like music that I like, but then it probably would be annoying that it would come through the speakers, and I know what I'm like. I would just be singing. Bet you're good at jigsaws too. I do love a jigsaw. Do you love a jigsaw? Don't very often make the time though. Maybe we should do a jigsaw box. And yeah, do let me know if there's a different type of craft that you'd like to learn, and I will see if I can make up a box for it. I shoved my hand in a cactus today, so that was fun. Thought I'd pulled all of the spikes out, but you know, and you still feel like you can feel them. Very annoying. Right, let's get a little wiggle on, shall we? We want to get grouting. Grouting's the fun bit. But I am after doing my brain. After doing the lampshade last night, I'm really looking forward to doing that box. It's such a satisfying thing to make. It's really, really good. I remember the first time I made one with my sister-in-law Donna, and I remember finishing it thinking, oh my goodness, it's so cool that you can make a lampshade. So yeah, lampshades. And I've got this really cool, my friend Terry told me that the pattern is called Ditzy. I've never heard of that before, but the flowers, tiny little flowers. So we've got Ditzy prints, but if you don't like that material and you've got time and you know you're going to do the box, then you can just get your own material. As long as it's not stretchy, then you can just use whatever material you like. So that's going to be a really fun box to do. Is everyone, how far through are you all? Do you reckon about halfway, quarter of the way? What do you think? A third of the way? I reckon I'm about halfway through the background bit. It doesn't matter that there's glue sticking out. Just make sure you really push each piece down quite hard so that they're secure and there isn't air bubbles in between them. Ooh, Bev's done. Give yourself a little round of applause, Bev. I think you're the winner. Not that it's a race, but you know, if it was, you'd win. Oh, Emma's done nearly. Oh, I need to get a wiggle on then. My phone buzzing. Shush. Whoever's finished can go and get a little couple of tea. Whatever you want. I should probably drink water. Hi, Alec. How are you? Did just get your messages. You've just been buzzing the laptop away. What do you think, Alec? Making mosaics. This one's for my mum. I don't know if my mum's watching. Probably not. It's a bit rubbish on social media. Oh, thanks, mate. Look. It's getting there. It's upside down, but... And everybody else's is... Well, if anyone's got my number, I think most of you have got my number. Send me a little picture of your designs. I'd love to. Oh, maybe I should make a little like collage of everybody's finished pieces. That would be amazing. Filler bits, keep the little filler bits. You might need them. I just zoned out again, didn't I? Went quiet for about 5 minutes. He's zoning out. Lockie Bumble's texting me. What does he want? I don't know if we've had many other people joining. I'm very aware that we're streaming to many platforms, so I can't really have a chat with everybody. But yeah, everybody is very welcome. If you are watching, send me a wave or a hello or something so that I can see who you are and say hello. Gotta go. We'll do the rest of the surf and drop you a picky just now. Oh, amazing. Enjoy, yeah, and you'll be able to see the grouting part of the video later. Thanks for joining. Right, I feel like I'm getting there. You do just kind of zone out, don't you? Emma sent a picture. Can't wait to see it. WhatsApp's going nuts. Shush. Hi, I'm back again. Oh, hi, Union Bears. How's it going? We're making mosaics tonight. You were on last night, weren't you? Tonight we're making mosaics. Hi, Holly. I reckon I'm 3/4 of the way through. Where's everyone else? I think I'm going to have to go to bed. Catch up tomorrow, read the grouting. That's absolutely fine, Bev. I'll carry on and do it anyway. And it will probably be even better for your mosaics if you leave it for the extra day. But I'm going to carry on and do mine anyway. So if anyone wants to go to bed, that's absolutely fine. If you want to stay up and finish it, then that's absolutely fine too. We will grout the middle bits first so that it gives the outer bits a little bit more time to dry. Thanks for joining though, Bev. I hope you enjoyed it, being an actual curious octopus rather than a ideas girl. Bev is who helped me to set up Curious Octopus, and she is basically the reason why I finally got my A into G and did something about it and actually launched it, because I had a bit of confidence because we were just talking it through together. So I'm very, very grateful to Bev. Thank you very much, Bev. Love you very much. Actually, that would be another good corner piece. Yeah. Right, I've got all 4 corners in. Oh. How's everyone doing? Are you getting tired? Are you okay? Are you still going? He's going to see it through to the bitter end. Ooh. Chucking it all over the place. All my hair's stuck to the mosaic. $7,500 likes. Right, if you are finished with your mosaics, you need to get liking. Love that. I think that when you like the the live, well, this is on TikTok, gets more people seeing it, which is great. I need a straight edge. Not quite, not quite. Is everyone doing okay? Big redden. That one might work. Oh, that's a good one. Love it. And fill in the gaps. We're nearly there. It's a lot quicker to just fill in the gaps because it doesn't matter too much about where you're putting them. You don't want to leave too big gaps, but well, I mean, I don't know why I'm explaining it anymore because I reckon you guys have nailed it. The grouting doesn't take long, so don't worry about that. Once we get moving and we get this finished, let me know when you're done. I'm very nearly there. My glue's nearly running out. I feel like that was the perfect amount. I hope that none of you ran out. Okay, filling in the gaps. Is everybody okay? Anyone that's joined that hasn't got a craft box, we're making mosaics today. We're making a door plaque or a hot plate tile for the kitchen, so you can put your hot plates on it. When you get tiles, they are glazed so that see, that was the one that had a little score down it. They are glazed, so effectively the top of these tiles are basically melted glass, so they don't discolor in the sun, which is great. So when you put these outside, you can put them outside and they're never going to discolor. They'll stay nice and bright and shiny forever, which is really lovely. Yeah, my glue is going down. Only a few more to go. I reckon I've got 10 more pieces to stick. What about you lot? How many do you reckon you've got left? Or are you finished? If anyone doesn't have a box and would like to join in next month, we make a completely different craft every month. So December, we made a felt Christmas garland. It was really lovely. And I try and make it so that you learn different skills every month. So the first one we learned to blanket stitch and back stitch. The second month we made macrame. This, it looks wonky even though it is straight, but it's on a wonky wall. I'm only 3 months into this business. I've always been very creative, and I always really love encouraging people to do something creative because it's good for your mind and your body and your soul and you being human. It's good for you, and it's also good for connection. It's good for making time for yourself. It's just good for you. So if I can help in any way to get people to be more creative, then this is what I'm doing. And it also makes me be more creative because that was where I set this up. I was fixing my own problem. I know that the people that have done this box very, regularly are probably tired of this story, but I have been into craft shops before and thought, I'm a really creative person. I don't know what to do. I don't know where to start. I don't know. I just want someone to just go, right, here, I'll do this. And so I thought, well, maybe I could do that for other people. If I struggle with that and I'm quite creative, maybe other people struggle with that. Maybe other people would like it if we just went, here's all the stuff, just make this. So that's where this was born. I went to Spain last year and had a lovely creative time, a bit of a reset, a bit of a recharge, and spoke to some creative people over there, and someone just said to me, just do it, just launch it, fix the issues on the way and just do it. So I came back. I've been thinking about this business idea for quite a long time, and I thought, right, I'm just going to do it. And so I just set up a website, designed a logo, set up the social media, and then set a date and said, this is the date I'm going to send the boxes out. This is the date I'm going to go live. Let's go. Let's just see what happens. And so far, it's been really lovely. I've really enjoyed it. It's been very stressful. I need the deadlines, but they stress me out. And then when I've done it, I'm like ecstatic. I love it. I love that we all come together and we all kind of have a bit of a chat, but also kind of chill out and get on with it ourselves. It's just really lovely. So thank you everyone for being part of it this month. I hope you like it enough to do another box if you want to. Yeah. And please do tell your friends. I need to get some posters or some flyers made up. I went to Fabricland on Sunday to buy the fabric for the lampshades. And I was telling the lady what I was doing, because I'm, I said, can you give me a hand with how much I'm going to need and that kind of thing, because they're very knowledgeable in there. And she was really excited and said, oh, put a flyer up, and I didn't have anything on me, which is great business sense. So I need to make some flyers. But yeah, hopefully I might get in touch with Fabricland and see if I can put some posters in Fabricland, which is a fabric shop in Bristol, if you hadn't already guessed. Right, I think I'm nearly there. How are you all doing? Are you nearly there? Quite a few for me, but happy I can see the process and do it when I can. That's cool, Jem. And yeah, I think, like I said, the YouTube is going to be a lot easier to go online, because I think it just does it automatically now, which is great. I'm going to do a couple more, but you can also like continue doing it, and then you'll see how we do the grouting. If you're not too tired, I'll be doing that in about 5 minutes, I reckon. So if everybody is ready for grouting, it's probably a good thing you guys finished a bit before me, because then yours has had a little bit more time to set. But like I said, we will do the bit we did first with the grout. Okay, if we are all ready, I reckon that's probably enough. There we go. And I did drop my clothes. So look at that. That's pretty much a whole thingy of glue. I have my mosaic there. So we are going to get on and do the grouting. First, I'm going to clear up my workspace. I'll put that over there. Hope that it doesn't fall off. And put the rest of the tiles back onto the box. I could use my Oh, that's good. Sorry if that's loud. Might be a bit annoying. How many tiles we've got left? I reckon we've probably only used about half of the tiles. Right, I might go and get a cloth just to wipe this off and make our area nice and tidy. I did earlier get about 100 mils of water in a jug. Your measuring bowl does have, does it have mils? Yeah, it does have milliliters on the side. So just bear with me. I'm just going to go and grab a cloth. Wash my hands as well very quickly. Okay, how are we all doing? Is anybody finished? Is everybody finished? Right. So what we're going to do, I would recommend just watching what I do first so that you can really see what I'm doing. I'm going to take my rings off. So I'm going to put my gloves on. You don't have to use gloves. It's not like it damages your skin or anything, but just thought it keeps it a little bit cleaner. Okay. So you only have a limited amount of this powder. You do not want it to get too wet because you can't add more of this powder. But you have to start with the water. You have 200 Bev's watching Grafting in Bed. You have, I'm sure it's 200 grams of grout powder here. Let me just double check with the packet because I'm pretty sure it was a 2 to 1. Where have I put it? Gosh. So this is the grout that we are using. did learn all of this, and then I 1 part water to 5 parts powder, but it was 5 kilograms, which needs 1.1 litre of water. I'm going to make it first so that if it goes wrong, it's on me. I'm pretty sure I did about 80 mils of water, and then I added them in, because you don't need loads. And what we've got is a spoon for stirring, because we need it to really be stirred well, and this for smushing it in, although you can use your hands as well. Right, I'm going to put 100 ml. No, I'm going to put 100 ml in. Oh, that is 100 ml. And we want the water in, and then we're going to mix the powder in slowly. And we're going to get it to a good, nice consistency. Put it there so you can see it. So as I'm just going to start mixing the grout in, just bit by bit. You don't want clumps of powder. It's going a bit milky. So I'm still just mixing and mixing and mixing. Starting to feel a bit of resistance now. I don't know if it is thickening up as much as I was hoping it would. So it's probably a good thing that I've done this before you. Yeah, do you know what? It definitely isn't. So don't put 100 grams in. 100 mil in. Do not put 100 mil in. Right. Thankfully, I've done mine first. I hope none of you have done what I've done. I hope you've waited, because I think you're going to need less. Fee, if you've started yours, you've got just do it into 1 pot. But I hope that none of you have, because that is not quite thick enough. Which is fine for me because I've got the bag of grout here. Right, I'm going to get some more grout and see, actually, if I put the same amount in here again. Maybe start with 50 mils of water. I'll work out the consistency, and then I'll tell you how much to put in. I did work this out, but I did it weeks ago now, so That's the trouble with being organised. I reckon it's going to be about double. Good thing I told you all to wait. You'll have loads of grout here now. There we go, it's getting better now. Turning into more of a paste. Yeah, it would have been 50, not 100. I'm really sorry. I really hope that none of you have started doing that already, because 50... And then what we do is keep mixing, keep mixing, keep mixing. So actually, I'd probably do even less than that. Maybe do 30 mils of water so that you can get it to a smooth consistency. And then you can always add more water. You can always add more powder. I mean, you can always add more water. So it should be nice and smooth. Shouldn't really blob. Okay. So get it to a point where it's smooth. It's nice and smooth, but it doesn't like drip. It might need to be a little bit thicker than that. But obviously it will dry. I'm sure it says as well, stir it for a bit. So the mixed product has a pot life of 25 minutes and is set for light use after 3 to 5 hours and being ready for full service conditions after 24 hours. When it was saying about mix for approximately 2 minutes until the mix is free from lumps and has an even colour. Allow the grout to stand for a further 2 minutes and then remix the grout thoroughly. So I would say you need it. It's a bit like whipping cream. You need your spoon to be able to stand up in it, I think, is probably the a good thickness. So we'll leave that for a couple of minutes. How's everyone doing? Quite looking forward to this. Oh, also, while we wait for that, if you want to go ahead and, do you want to go ahead and mix yours now, or do you want to wait until I've done the whole thing? It's completely up to you. I'm going to go and wet my sponge. I might just get some water in this jug. Right, coming back with a bowl of water. So I've got an old washing up bowl. I'm just going to leave it down there, I think. So I reckon that's about 2 minutes. We'll give the grout another good mix. It is very smooth. It's definitely very smooth. So is everybody happy? Right, now I'm going to start to smush it all in. Move this so that you can see again. Right, can you see that? Okay. Get that out of the way. So what we're going to do is try and smush as much of this grout as far into all of these gaps as possible. We really, really want it to be each of these. This is what is going to secure each tile. So we don't want any air bubbles. We want to make sure this grout is wet enough to seep in with a bit of like fannying around trying to get it in there, so that it holds all of these tiles in place. So you can use your hands or you can just smear it on. It's going to go all over the tiles. You're going to lose the colour for the minute, okay? But just smear it all on. Get it all in between the tiles. Try to be a bit gentle with the ones, with the smaller ones. I'd go all over your red tiles first. Get enough that it really smushes in. And try and do it so that it goes in all different directions, because you'll find that you're, oh, that one is moving. It's fine. I think I might have left the tap on. That's really annoying. I think I can hear it dripping. And you'll find that it already starts to, it's already starting to set a little bit. Smear it over, trying to squish it down into all the gaps. And you'll see that when you move it one way, in one direction, then it kind of shows an air bubble. You can kind of scrape it off the top a little bit, and then it shows a bit of an air bubble, and then you might have to squish it the other way. You see what I mean? Try and kind of concentrate on each gap. Make sure you've got enough that goes into each section. You can kind of scrape it against the edge of the tiles, and that kind of makes more grout go into each one. I'd leave the edges until the end, and we'll do the edges all together at the end. I've definitely left the tap on, sorry. Un secondo. There we go. see how it's starting to go hard in the middle now. So getting that right consistency is key. So it's wet enough to get in there, and then it starts to harden. So you can almost like smush it down when you've done all of this. By the time you get round to the last ones, you can then start smushing it down a bit more, and it will really kind of get in between all of those lovely tiles. It is starting to harden. You need to be quick. There. Oh, that's annoying. I've just picked up a tile that wasn't quite stuck. It's fine. It's fine. How are you all getting on? Have you mixed your grout, or are you watching for the minute? If you get to a bit and I'm further ahead of you, send me a message. I will happily answer any questions. I can go back. I'm just trying to shove a load of this on top so that the wet stuff gets further down before it starts to dry. Smush it right into all of those gaps. And then the real grouting begins. So once you've covered the whole thing, I'd then pick it up and we'll go along each edge, and we're smushing some of it. Smushing is a official Mosaic term, I've decided. We're smushing it all in the edges. I can't really see what I'm doing here. And then you can kind of smush it in. Oh, gosh. Smush it in as much as you can. It looks really messy at this point. That's fine. Don't worry about it. And then you can kind of run your thing along the edge. Take off some of that excess. But when you take off some of the excess, you find that you expose some of the holes, and that's good as well, because that's where you can then smush some more in. Don't worry about the back of the tiles. They are going to get messy. We can clean them off, but also it's the back of the mosaic, so it doesn't really matter. I'm going to go along and do the rest of the edges. Smush it right in. Oh, no, might die. really push it into each of the gaps. It is a messy process at this point. And as it's drying a bit, I'm starting to use the edge of the stick to really push it in. You can't really see what I'm doing there, can you? Let me stand up so you can see. Really smushing it in the edge, and then you see that big gap there. Push it in from the top and in from the side. And can you see that the grout is what's going to then support those tiles on the edge, give it a bit more support. Right, now we've done that. We are going to tidy it up later, don't worry. I'm going to go back in and then try and smush into each of the edges. What you can do is kind of start trying to expose your tiles with the lollipop stick thing, but as you're doing that, you'll be able to see where there are cracks in the grout. So can you see what I'm doing here? I'm scraping each bit off. So can you see under, I don't know if that's a bit of there's a tiny little gap there. So then I want to smush it up again to try and fill that gap. I'll do it again. So see there? There's a little, I've smushed it down and there's a little gap underneath the tile. So I will then, you don't want to have any gaps in the grout. I want it to be pushed right down. But can you see how quickly this dries? So some of it in the bucket is still quite wet. So if you need to get some more of the wetter stuff out, start to just scrape it in all different directions and smush it down into each of the that tile is a bit wobbly. Probably should have waited a little bit longer for that one, but I'm sure it'll be fine. So I'm scraping off some of the drier stuff, and if I need some of the wetter stuff, I can put that in. Yeah, I think if you can wait until tomorrow to do your grouting, it's probably a good idea. Some of my tiles are still moving, quite a bit. So, I mean, the grout will hold it in place, but I would probably give the glue a little bit longer. Oh, I've started from the bottom. I'm upside down, that's why. I wonder why they were like wiggling so much, but it was because I'd started from the bottom again. And that's where I ended, so they haven't had that much time. To stick. Is anybody still with me? Send me a little like, send me a heart, send me a wave. Let me know I'm not alone. You can kind of use the bend of the of this to smush it as well. Right, when I've got the majority off, then you can use a wet sponge to tidy this right up. Get this. Okay, so when it looks a bit like this, oh, look at that, there's a little gap there. Get some of the wet stuff in there and there. Okay, so we've got something that looks a bit like this. We've done the edges, smushed it all in the edges. It doesn't have to be flat, it doesn't really matter, because we're going to smooth it over with the sponge in a sec. We've got enough on there, and it is starting to go crumbly now, you will notice. So I'm going to push it down a bit with my hands. Make sure there aren't any tiny little gaps. And then I'm going to get a wet sponge, not too wet. Just give it a bit of a, let me just, I'm going to start giving it a bit of a wipe. I want this sponge to be quite wet because it almost activates the grout again. And if there are any little bits, you can kind of smush them in with the sponge just for the first pass of this, and it smooths it all out. Can you see? If there are any tiny holes, this should start to fill them all, because the pressure of the sponge starts to even it all out. You can start to see it coming together. You're not trying to clean it off at this point. You're trying to just activate it a little bit so that it smooths it all out and you don't have any gaps in the grout. Okay, we're going to go down the edges, give them a little wipe over as well. I would go flat against the edge and then a little gentle rub against there. So see, there is a little bit of a gap there. I'm going to put a little bit more grout in there, smudge it off, and then this should just smooth it out. Same on the other sides. And don't forget the corners. Just smoothing it out a little bit. The sponge is getting really pretty covered in grout, but that's okay. We can squeeze it all out in a bit. There's a little bit of a gap there. Doesn't have to be flat. See that all come out then. Because that was partly dry and not smushed in. There was a bit of an air bubble. See, smushed, an actual word. Charlotte's still there. Hello. Okay, so a light. So my sponge looks a bit like that at the moment. It's quite covered in grout. I'm going to go over it all again. And then you kind of go with this. If there's any bits that look a bit like they're not quite sitting right, give them a push down with your finger. A bit more grout on. Let it sit for a couple of minutes. But you're smoothing it out and you'll find that the tiles aren't sitting flat, but that looks really nice when the sunshine hits them. It'll be really lovely because you just get the texture of them. Right, so now that's nice and smeared out. Can you see that? It's upside down. It looks like it's going to look, but we then can shine up the tiles. Not quite yet. We're gonna clean off the sponge first. Just squeeze out as much of that grout as we can. Clean off my hands a bit. So the next step, I'm just going to go over again with a clean sponge. Just give it a little bit of a wipe over. Nothing, not too hard, just clean them up a little bit, because in the morning you'll be able to give them a good old wipe. But what you want to do is some of the ones that are slightly lower, give them a bit more of a wipe because they are not going to be as exposed. So you want to make sure that the bits where they would meet are going to be exposed. Is anyone grouting this evening? Is anyone going to grout this evening, or are you all going to wait for tomorrow? Oh, Gemma's still tiling. That's cool. At least you've seen all of it. You're not going to, you haven't got enough grout. Can you make it go a bit further with the sponge? Have you actually not got enough, Fee? If you haven't got enough, I will send you another pot. You don't have to do it all in one go anyway. But obviously it would have been nice to be able to. I thought I gave you plenty. And then I just doubled mine, didn't I? Yeah, do what you can, Fee, and I will send you some more if you need some more. Okay, so I reckon I'll just do one more little smush. Make sure there are no bits that are like rough. Try and make all the grouted bits smooth. So, let's start wiping this off a bit. Yeah, you can re-grout tomorrow if you get some white grout, Fee. I can send you some more. I can send you another pot of it. I've just smooth it down like I've done. Smooth down the bits that you've grouted. Maybe a bit more on there. Yeah, I'd smooth down the bits that you've grouted so there's no jaggedy bits, like I've done with the sponge. And then do some more tomorrow. If you want to go and get it, you can. You can get smaller bags of that in B&Q, or I'm happy to send you some if you're happy to wait for a couple of days for the delivery. Right, so you'll need to leave it when you have done your grouting. You'll need to leave it so it looks a bit like that. Actually, at this point, it's probably a good idea to clean off the back as well. Because that looks a right mess. Okay. So yeah, in the morning, if you get once you've done your grouting, in the morning, if you can get something like a microfiber cloth or something like that, you'll be able to buff it up and it will come up really nice and shiny like this one. Okay. So that probably concludes our Curious Octopus box for February. Please do send me pictures when you have finished it. Please, please, please do send me the things you liked and the things you didn't like. I'm learning, I'm growing, I'm ironing out any teething problems. So if there's anything that you think could be improved, I would greatly appreciate your feedback. But I will do a little collage of everybody's finished door plaques, if you wouldn't mind sending me a picture of them when they're finished. Does anyone else have any questions, or would you like me to answer anything else, or would you like me to go through anything while we're still here? I've really enjoyed tonight though, but thank you very much for everybody that joined. I don't think there's any more comments. But yeah, if you'd like to get involved in next month, we're making a lampshade. I've really enjoyed it tonight. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining. And yeah, send me your pictures. And if you have any issues, I'm happy to send some more grout powder to you. Oh, good, Jem. I'm really glad. Right. Thank you very much, everybody. Have a good sleep. Enjoy half term next week. And hopefully I will see you next month. Bye.